In previous lecture, we have discussed about the complex notations and the phasor algebra. Now here let's see how this phasor algebra is used in single phase AC circuit analysis. So consider a resistive inductive series circuit. We have already analyzed the resistive inductive series circuit. Here we will do it again, but using the phasor complex notation. So V is the RMS value of the supply voltage, I is the RMS current flowing through the circuit, R and L are the circuit elements, and let's say the voltage drop across the resistance is VR and across the inductance it is VL. We have already seen in previous lectures that the VR is I into R, because I is the current flowing through the resistance and R is the value of the resistance. And similarly VL is I into XL. So these are the voltage drops. Now draw the phasor diagram of this voltage and currents once again by taking current as the reference. So this is our reference line and we will consider the current as the reference. So here the current will be along the x-axis. We know that the voltage drop across the resistance will also be in phase with the current. So here it will be VR. And the voltage drop across the inductance will lead the current by 90 degree. This concept we have already discussed in the lecture where we have analyzed the resistive inductive series circuit. As for a purely inductive circuit, current lag the voltage by 90 degree. Therefore, voltage will lead the current by 90 degree. So here the VL will be leading the current I by 90 degree. And we know that the sum of these two voltage drops will give the total supply voltage, that is V. And here this V makes an angle with the current and it is represented as phi, that is the phase angle. So up to this we have already done, but now in phasor algebra, in complex notations, here we can see that the VR is along the x-axis. Therefore, no component of VR will be along the y-axis. Therefore, the voltage drop across the resistance can be written as VR plus J0, because the voltage drop across the resistance is along the x-axis, and in phasor algebra the parameter which is along the x-axis or along the real axis, it is considered as a real number, that is VR, and the y component of the VR is 0. That's why I have written it as J0. So we can say this is the voltage drop across the resistance. Now the voltage drop across the inductance is VL and it is along the y-axis, and no component of VL will be in x-axis. Therefore, the voltage drop across the inductance VL can be represented in complex notation as 0 plus JVL. So this is the complex notation of the voltage drop across the inductance. Now, if we apply the KVL in this circuit, so we know that the sum of all the voltage drop should be equal to the voltage source. So it will be V is equal to VR plus VL. But if we represent it in complex notations, So it can be written as VR plus J0 plus 0 plus JVL. So V can be written as VR plus J of VL and here the VR is equal to I into R. So it can be written as I into R and VL is equal to I into XL. So it will be J of I into XL to be plus. So now the voltage can be written as, take current common, so it will be R plus J XL. Previously you have seen that this term is represented as V is equal to I into Z. So now we can say that here the Z is equal to R plus JXL. So this is the complex notation of the impedance of a resistive inductive circuit. Here the real part indicates the resistance of the circuit. The unit will be ohms. The XL is the inductive reactance. And its unit is also ohms. So Z is the impedance and it is also in ohms. Now if I want to find the magnitude of the impedance and its phase angle, so the Z can be converted to a polar form. So it will be M angle theta. Here the M will be square root of R square plus XL square. We already know that this is the formula of the impedance of a resistive inductive series circuit. But till now we cannot find the phase of the impedance or its position. So here it can be represented as theta and it will be tan inverse XL upon R. So in this way we can apply the phasor algebra in a resistive inductive series circuit. Now the RC series circuit. Here a resistance and a capacitance connected in series. Across the AC supply voltage V, it is the RMS value. I is the circuit current, it is the RMS value of the current. The voltage drop across the resistance will be VR and across the capacitance it will be VC. We know VR will be I into R and VC will be I into XC, where XC is a capacitive reactance. In the next step, we will draw the phasor diagram. So this is our reference line. Take current as a reference. So here it will be I. Voltage drop across the resistance will be in phase with the current. So VR will be also in the x-axis. And the voltage drop across capacitor will lag the current by 90 degree. Because for a purely capacitive circuit, current lead the voltage by 90 degree. So we can say the voltage will lag the current by 90 degree. And if we add these two voltage drop, it will give us the total voltage, that is the supply voltage, and the angle between voltage and current is phi. Now apply the complex notations. As we can see that the VR is along the x-axis, that means along the real axis. So the VR can be written here IR plus J0, because there is no component of VR that will be in y axis or in the imaginary axis. And similarly, the VC is along the y axis in the negative side. So the VC can be written as 0 minus J I into XC. Therefore, apply the KVL in the circuit. So the total voltage supply V will be the sum of VR plus VC. Remember, when we use the complex notation or we do the phasor algebra, we can add the AC parameters directly, but with the complex notations. So here the VR is IR plus J0 and VC is 0 minus J of I into XC. So V can be written as IR minus J of IXC. Take current is common, so it will be R minus J of XC. And this is nothing but V is equal to I into Z. So here the Z, the impedance of the RC series circuit, can be represented as a complex number, and it will be R minus J of XC. And if we want to find its polar form, so the magnitude will be square root of R square plus XC square, and the angle will be tan inverse minus XC upon R. So we can say this is the rectangular format, and here it is the polar format of the impedance of a RC series circuit. Let's summarize the concept of the complex notations used in single phase AC circuit analysis. The impedance of a series circuit can be represented as R plus minus Jx. Here Z is the impedance. The real part is considered as the resistance, and the complex part indicates the reactance. Now, if the sign before the complex part is positive, then it indicates the reactance will be inductive reactance. And if the sign before the complex part is negative, it indicates the reactance is the capacitive reactance. Suppose if I take some example, Z1 is equal to 4 plus J3 ohms. So here the 4 is the resistance and 3 is the reactance. And as the sign before the complex part is positive, that means it is inductive reactance. So the Z1 is R plus JXL, where R is equal to 4 ohms and XL is equal to 3 ohms. Similarly, if I consider Z2 as 3 minus J4, so here the real part is again the resistance and the complex part will be the reactance. And as the sign before the complex part is negative, that means it will be the capacitive reactance. So here the R is 3 ohms and XC is 4 ohms. Remember, the minus sign indicates the nature of the reactance, that is a capacitive reactance. It doesn't mean the value is minus 4 ohms. It indicates only the nature of the reactance. Plus means it will be the inductive reactance and minus means it will be the capacitive reactance. Similarly, sometimes voltage or current can also be represented in complex notation. Let's say the voltage supplied is given as 200 plus J50 volts. So if we convert this value to the polar format, it will be 206.16 and the angle will be 14.04 degree volts. Here 206.16, this is the magnitude or the RMS value of the voltage. It is the RMS value. And similarly 14.04, this is the phase angle of the voltage. Similarly, let's say the current is 4 minus J3 ampere. See, if we represent in the polar format, it will be 5 angle minus 36.86 degree. So here the 5 is the RMS value of the current. It is the RMS value of the current. And minus 36.86 is the phase angle of the current. So suppose if I want to draw the phasor diagram, so it can be drawn like, as the voltage is 206.16 angle 14.04 degree. So in the phasor diagram, the voltage will be in the first quadrant and this angle will be 14.04 degree. Because the voltage in polar format is 206.16 and 14.06. This is the RMS value of the voltage and this is the phase angle. Similarly, the RMS value of the current is 5 ampere and its phase angle is minus 36.86 degree. So in the phasor diagram, the current will be in the fourth quadrant and this angle will be 36.86 degree. So in this case, we can find the angle between voltage and current. We can simply add these two angles. So in this way also we can apply the concept of the complex notation in case of voltage and current.